Hey guys, welcome back. Here's another video about Germany. This time I got sent this one from one of my subbies. He said to have a look at Michael Mittermeier. So apparently he's a pretty funny German comedian. So I'll be looking at comedians that we did our first video on Hennig Fan, he's a really funny guy. The last video wasn't so funny. So hopefully this guy can pick it up and dismiss the stereotype that German people aren't funny. So let's get stuck into it. If you like the video, please like and subscribe. Send it to all your friends. And also, if you like this guy, make sure you go on his YouTube and his Twitter and all that sort of stuff. So anyway, let's have a look.
Good evening, welcome, thank you very much. Welcome, welcome. It feels quite orderly inside of a German body. Yes, I was born into one, and I'm very thankful. The warm welcome tonight, many thanks, because not every German these days traveling to other countries in the European Union is getting a warm welcome like this. Wow. Angela Merkel visiting Greece. What a commotion. Huh? When you saw the news alert, go home, bitch, out of Greece, the demonstrating Greeks. And my favorite was, Angela Merkel is Hitler's daughter. Hitler's daughter? I don't know, did you ever think about how Hitler's daughter would look like? Huh? Like Angela, hey, the pictures. They showed pictures, Angela Merkel with a Hitler mustache. And come on, let's face it. If Angela Merkel wanted a mustache, she could grow one any time. Look at her, she could grow one any time. Yes. And let me tell you this, my English friends. Beware of the day Angela Merkel stops shaving. But it was a false picture, kind of, because it's only a minority of the Greeks really demonstrating like, oh, Nazi Germans. The majority of the Greeks, they're very thankful. I meet a lot of Greeks in the last weeks, in a month, and they are coming like, oh, German, we are very thankful. Thank you very much for all what you did. You gave us so much money. What a gift. Excuse me, this was not a present. We bought Greece. You're mine now. Can you please mop up the floor? Yes. We bought Greece. And it turns out it
This guy's struggling big time.
was a lot cheaper than our traditional approaches in the 40s. Just kidding. I'm a German. I followed up the line like backwards to the Teutons. We're like, I'm German. Everyone was German in my family. German. And my full name is Michael Fritz Mittermeier. That's really true. Fritz. Thank you, Father. Fritz is the most fucked up German name you can have. Named after every dump-ass bad guy in a Nazi World War II movie. There was always a retarded Fritz standing in front of the fortress guarding. Films like Where Eagles Dare. They were all like the cool guys, Richard Burton, Clint Eastwood. They were sneaking into the fortress. No, they were not sneaking. They were, hey, Clint, come with me. We're going, hey, Richard, be quiet. There is a guard. He doesn't hear anything. This is just Fritz. We can walk like this. We can walk like this. We can go into the fortress. Hello, Fritz. What is going on? You're dead. It's a classic safari situation tonight. Normally you go on an open game drive, you sit in an open jeep and you marvel at the wildlife, that's me. You watch the beast, that's me. And you can make remarks like, oh, it moves so cute on stage, this thing. Oh, it moves so cute. Don't scare it, it's a very rare species. It's a German comedian. Normally that's not possible, that's an oxymoron. Yes. A funny German comedian, that would be like a Russian Human Rights Commission. It's a true story also. Last week,
All right, so this guy's not funny at all. This is like watching a feminist comedian at the moment. It's not funny.
came here on Tuesday. Airport, I went into the taxi. The driver was always talking to me, hey, my love. Blah, 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 blah. And after a while, he was asking me, hey, what are you doing here? And I was so proud. This is my first solo show in England, in London. I was so, and I was, hey, I'm going to perform in the Soho Theatre here in London. I'm a comedian from Germany. Ah, that was a good one. I always was a little bit afraid doing comedy in Britain, so I thought, okay, start out in Scotland. So I went to the Edinburgh Fringe Festival. Are Scottish people here tonight? Huh? Yeah, you can show up. Yeah, Scottish people. I love having Scottish people in the audience because I will be not the one in the room who speaks the worst English. That's it. But for me, it's very good. When I go now on tour,
Hope this isn't the best. Is this the best of? These are so basic jokes.
on English-speaking comedy festivals, people show me around like a unicorn. Oh, such a comedian. It's like, really,
So if you're a comedian, you always have to come back to yourself. And you're not a real comedian. Comedians do what they try to explain other things to other people. You don't always have to come back to yourself.
my new show name, Fritz the Teuton Funny Unicorn. It's just like, hey, you paid for me. And everywhere. It's like here in London, my promoters, they introduce me to everyone. This is Michael Mittermeier. He's German. For me, that sounds always like, this is Michael Mittermeier. He's handicapped. And every time, after being introduced to someone here in England as a German, everyone is responding the same by shouting at me the one or two German words he knows.
Here we go, some cheap jokes again that any poor comedian will say. I bet you'll say, yell out some German things, German names of things, and okay.
Guten Tag, mein Fräulein, Blitzkrieg, Oktoberfest, du will ficken. It's always. And sometimes weird stuff from Hogan's Heroes. 1, 2, 3, raus, raus, raus. Jawohl, mein Kommandant. Don't shout at me. I know my language. Huh? You get the same English people, huh? You go somewhere, I'm from England. Fish and chips, blood potting, bottoms up. Don't forget your brolly dear. Bob's your uncle. English people, we can bond over this, huh? You know German Google? It's the best. Yes, because I have always to look up the words, the lines, because I'm here in the language safari. It's my first language, German. Second language, Latin. Third language, English. So, yeah, German, then the dead language, Latin, is like, I had 8 years of Latin. I was in a Bavarian convent school for boys. 8 years of Latin. I cannot even order pizza with fucking 8 years of Latin. Call somewhere, salve, io domine, ordinare pizzam, ba ba ba. No.
In the Philippines, ba 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 means down, down, down.
And English, it's very hard to learn for me because German is a very logical language. You say something, it means what you said. In English, you say something, but in one country it means this, in another country it means that. So for example, Bob's your uncle. I looked it up. Bob's your uncle here in England means something like, there you go. Is this right? Yeah. In America, Bob's your uncle just means your father is your uncle. Here in England, to light a fag means to light a cigarette. In America, to light a fag means the Ku Klux Klan has a party.
He couldn't even go to the black and white issue there, so he's not that very good. He couldn't even push that even further. I don't even know why I'm watching this. This is so boring.
So this is real. I'm learning. I really try to learn. When I was a youngster, it was really, my parents didn't talk about it in school. We were guilty. I was kind of torn in between. It's really, and in school, in university, they always told us, as a German, always keep low profile. You know, we did our thing in history, so always keep low profile. If you go abroad, don't attract attention. Keep under the radar, and don't. Yeah, that's true. They told us, and now I'm confused because in the last years, the other European countries, a lot of them, hey, Germany, you're strong, you have the money, take more leadership. Don't tempt us. What if Nazism is kind of a virus we have? Perhaps we are born with this. And somehow it can be triggered. I don't know, you eat the wrong food. F. Or just by seeing a uniform. Huh? I remember years ago, Prince Harry with his Rommel uniform. Millions of Germans were sitting there like, at last? Perhaps Nazism can be triggered by just seeing a uniform. And I give you one clue. You can detect German tourists here in London very easily. They're always the guys near the Buckingham Palace. They come very near to the palace guard. They always go there. They're very, very near. Because in Germany, we're not allowed to wear uniforms during the day anymore, no, just for fun. And Germans always, they come very near to the palace guard. And look at that.
So he said something funny then that he didn't emphasize. He should have said, not even for fun. But because his English isn't the best. So he had a really good joke there, but he didn't use it. So he should have said that we're not allowed to wear uniforms in Germany anymore. Pause. Let the audience think about it and say, not even for fun. Then he would have got a much better reaction.
They're sniffing. They're sniffing the uniform. It's called snooping the colors. Huh?
And see, he's missing out on the punchlines, which is what he should have. Snooping the colours, that's just not funny. The sniffing is funny if you use that better. If you, just said that, maybe in the laundry of the guards would have been better. Okay, what if he said, oh, did you hear about the German guy that got caught in the laundry, sniffing the uniforms of the guards? That sort of thing. And then maybe he's Austrian. I don't know. I'm not a comedian, but I know what works.
It's like ex-junkies. Oh, like, I know it is not good for me, but it smells like Warsaw in the morning.
So this guy is struggling. It's really good that Germans are very good at car crashes, because this guy's having a massive car crash at the moment. This guy would flop in most places. So when you're talking about a dark topic like Nazism, or you're talking about the Holocaust, we all learn this sort of stuff. So it's a sensitive issue just for German people. It's just as sensitive for other people as well. So I remember in John Cleese's book, they went to Auschwitz and they were told that they can't go in. They arrived late, the bus arrived late, the tour arrived late, something like that. And a German guard got on and said, you're not allowed in. And Graham Chapman yelled out from the back of the bus, "But we're Jews." Okay, so how to lighten up a really dark subject with good humour. And you only need one line like that. You don't have to explain everything. You know, this guy goes a little bit too far.
3 times a week we had guilt. On Fridays we had shame. By the time I was 14, I thought I invaded Poland myself. Because for the outside world, German always sounds like a threat. And even when we want to say something very nice, something like peace on earth and goodwill to all mankind, translates in German, Frieden auf Erden und Wohlgefallen allen Menschen. Yeah. To you that sounds like we kill you all, you motherfuckers, and string you up by your balls. Did you ever watch German porn? Huh? Even for Germans, it's creepy. This is really creepy. They're always shouting. They're always, ich mach dich fertig und ich mach dich und ich war und ich bin der Stärkste, der Härteste, der Beste und ich werde und ich mag und ich tu. Translates in English, I love you so much. We read German Google. And in German Google, about England, before I came here, I read German Google about England. And the word above all is politeness. English people, this is because my father, he was.
He really needs to work on like his accents. Like really good comedians have like they can do accents. It makes the joke work better. So if you want to talk about the English, you've got to do that upper class English or the lower class English, whatever. You want to take the piss out of Australians. You've got to get our money away, you know, that sort of stuff. So yeah, he really needs to work on his accents.
He was so German. He was really always like.
Even his German doesn't really sound German. He should emphasize it more.
Sometimes he called me Fritz. Always be polite. I don't know, perhaps it was his relic of being guilty, whatever, but he said, every time to anyone, you always be polite. And coming here to England, you are the Zen masters of politeness, the MacGyvers of queuing. This is really, because politeness was invented here in England. It's in your language. Excuse me, I'm sorry.
So he can't do it, so he's just got to pretend to make noises. Whereas if he actually changed and did an, posh English accent, well then you'll get more laughs out of that, and the joke would be much better.
English always sounds like a heart attack in slow motion.
So he's got to put that in because he can't do the accent. Okay, so the joke is there, but he can't do the accent. So then he's got to make some shitty punchline that doesn't make any sense. Well, it does make sense, but it doesn't fit the joke. Okay, we're talking about something else, and now he's saying, "Oh, you sound like you're having a heart attack," because he can't do the accent. If he could do the accent, well, then he can go further on. So he's got to cover his ass with this.
I believe politeness was invented in England. Before it, they were running around asshole, Fritz, and then someone said, "Hello, everybody. Let's queue." Great idea.
So you see what happened then? So even he's pretending to be German, and then he goes back to being English, and then goes back to being German, but the accent didn't change. So it's almost like nothing happened. You know, if he went, Lois this or whatever, and did a German, and then went, "Well, hello." And then so we can see the distinction between the two languages.
You're so polite here, huh? But only in England, English people. Yeah, when they travel to sunny countries and drink beer, they turn into orcs on uppers. Yes, yes. Okay, well, it's okay. But this is fascinating. This is really fascinating. When the
I'd hate to see this guy get heckled. All right, I'd hate to see him get heckled. I don't think he could handle it.
BA flight from Birmingham is landing in Spain. It's like a scene out of a zombie movie. And this was just the flight crew. You know, in Germany, traffic means war. In Germany, when you stand at the red light, and between the red and the green, there's a hint of orange glowing. In this split second, you have to kick off. Ram! Otherwise, the German driver behind you, Arschloch, Oktoberfest, du willst ficken, raus, raus, raus.
So he could have really built this joke up. I know where he's going with this. He really could have built this joke up. He could have went on about German engineering, about looked at his watch and looked at the lights, and his watch said that this is a millisecond, it's going to turn green. He could have really pushed up the stereotype of German engineering and technology and preciseness, but he's too lazy to do that. Could have really made this a real good joke. Instead of going,
Not so in England. Here at the red light, it was like,
see? Can't do it. Can't do an English accent.
I'm just queuing. And it's so nice because every night after the show, Londoners are coming to me. Hey, here in London, road rage. My beloved hobbits from the Shire. Huh? I'm used to drive in the German streets of Mordor. And I tell you a true story. I once was in London by car, and I was standing at the red light. I was looking at the GPS.
But we automatically know that it's not a true story because he's just making it up. And if he did it properly, he's standing by the car, or he's standing in the car, or he's standing at the lights.
I missed the light.
If you do a joke, you've got to do it in the language, whatever you're doing it in. So, you know, you wouldn't say that in German because everyone would look around and look at each other and go, what the hell is he talking about? Exactly the same in English, okay? I would prefer him if he did it in German and then switched to English. That would be much better.
Lights turning green. The lights turned red again. Okay. Do this in Germany, you'd be dead by now. Not so in England. The polite English driver behind me got out of his car. He stepped up to my car. He even knocked at my window. Excuse me, sir. Were you expecting a different color? In Germany, when someone on a phone says, I come now, he's there. This is
Okay, so there's a good joke. It's actually got a joke here, so let's hope he nails it.
punctuality. Politeness and punctuality, for my father, the most important things. He always said, son, we have German elements in our DNA. And he said, it's the 5 elements of being German. And my father, he was organization, politeness, discipline, efficiency, and punctuality. And it is the same list in sex.
So he's just gone, so he could have gone even better than that. So he was talking about his father, okay? So his father teaching him that he could have said, 1 second after I come in your mother, you were born. He could have gone in such a better direction with this. I already know where he's going now.
We have. Organization? To your place or to mine? Politeness, please. Lay down. Discipline, be quiet. Then efficiency and punctuality together. I'm coming. Now, I lived in New York for half.
I'm sure if he did that in German, that'd be extremely funny. But in English, he's not doing it the right thing. So that joke should have went back to when he was talking about German porn. And if you put that in, would have been much better. I say things, I live in the Philippines, and I say you always know that you're watching Filipino porn because there's a rooster in the background. Now you guys won't know that, but next time you watch Filipino porn, you'll hear it. Okay, so, and if you say that to Filipino people, they will go, oh yeah, that's right. Okay, so that the efficiency part of the joke, he totally missed and didn't do it efficiently. Anyway, I'm going to watch one more, and then I think that's it
And
for
Americans
Michael
don't know much
Mittermeier.
about Germany, about anything, but especially about Germany. And a true story. In a bar in New York, an American girl, she walked up to me and she asked me the following question. Hey, you German guy, why are there so many...
Again, he can't do an accent. He needs to be able to learn how to do accents, because it adds to the effect of the joke. Okay, you're in New York, so you've got to be able to do an American accent. You just can't turn around and do this blah 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 stuff.
different languages in Europe?
You listen to good comedians, listen to, you know, all the best ones. They're able to change their voice. They're able to, you know, like someone like Dave Allen or something like that. They can do all the accents, and it adds to the joke because it reminds people of what they sound like.
What do you answer to such a highly, extremely intelligent question? And I said to her, look, Tiffany, you want to know why there are so many different languages?
He could have turned around and said, so I asked her, is your name Tiffany? Make it more funny.
In Europe? Because we Germans lost the war. So.
Okay, so a really good joke. Okay, really good joke, really good punchline, and because it wasn't set up properly, it doesn't come out the way that it should do. Okay, you could have done that much better.
Now comes the point. You know what she answered to me? Oh, I'm so sorry for you guys. And there's a really scary side to this. Because in America, even Tiffany would be allowed to buy a gun.
Alright, sorry Michael Mittermeier, I can't do this anymore. I know there's only another 4 minutes, but I've had enough. So the guy's got lots of potential. Lots. Okay, his jokes are good. He's just not delivering them in English the way that they should be done. I'm sure if he does this whole routine in German, it'd be fantastic because it'd be more natural. But he's coming across as not natural. He really needs to work on his accents because that's the contrast in the joke. You know, even his German, he should be more German. He comes across as a mix of something, I don't even know. But even that was a great joke, you know, that the whole of Europe should be speaking German. You could have done that in a better, so much of a better way. But anyway, I'm sorry if I disappoint everyone. This was suggested by one of my good subbies. I hope I didn't upset you too much, but I don't know. I hope there's better videos of this guy out there because all of that was pretty pretty boring. But anyway, if you like the reaction, I'm telling you the truth. I'm not sugarcoating it. I'm telling you exactly how I feel. Like and subscribe. If you do like Michael Mittermeier, go onto his YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to him and listen to his humour. But I'm out, so salada, and auf Wiedersehen.